Hello and welcome to Mangum News. I'm your host, Elijah Mangum. This week we'll be discussing She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, episodes 4 through 5, The Lord of the Rings of Power, episodes 3 through 4, the end of Jackson's Bull water notice, Florence High School's homecoming game against Jim Hill, ProLife Mississippi's Walk for Life, shots fired at Northpark Mall, and my weekly weather report. Without further ado, let's begin. She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, episodes 4 through 5, has their moments of solid humor and action, but continues to suffer from poor CGI and most of the jokes and plot lines falling flat. Overall, I'll give both episodes a 6.5 out of 10. The Lord of the Rings of Power, episodes 3 through 4, presents many improvements from the premiere episodes, as Galadriel's storyline finally comes into focus, with more characters we are familiar with from the original trilogy. However, the subplots, especially the Harfoots, are less compelling. Overall, I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. After almost 7 weeks, Governor Tate Reeves announced the end of Jackson's Bull water notice on Thursday.
It's very important that we set expectations up front. While we have restored water quality, this system is still imperfect.
While the notice has been lifted, the Mississippi Department of Health has issued several safety recommendations, including running your faucets for about 3 to 4 minutes in order to allow all the clean water to go through your plumbing. Run 1 to 2 cycles before washing your dishes. Discard any ice, food, or drinks that were made while the Bull water notice was in effect. Do not drink the water from your hot water heater. And replace your water filters. Florence High School held their homecoming game against Jim Hill Thursday night. Florence defeated Jim Hill 42-0. 30 minutes prior to the game, Florence's homecoming court was presented before announcing the football maid and the homecoming queen. Last year's homecoming queen, Maddie Walker, football maid Brianna Cousin, and principal Tony Martin assisted in the crowning. The football maid was Hannah Grace Reed, while the homecoming queen was Christina Guzman.
I'm so excited. I just got homecoming queen. I just want to say thank you to everyone that voted for me, the student body. I wouldn't have got it without them, and just major thanks to everyone, my friends and my family. I'm so excited. Thank you.
At halftime, the Florence Big Red Band performed this year's show Time After Time. Next week, Florence will face Laurel at home in their first district game of the season. ProLife Mississippi held their annual Walk for Life at their headquarters in Flowood on Saturday. In attendance was Congressman Michael Guest praying over the walk and showing his support for the organization's cause.
Yeah, Haley, my wife, and I are proud to join with other volunteers as we talk about the great things that ProLife Mississippi is doing, and as we continue to message on protecting the right to life. We saw that the Dobbs v. Jackson case recently came down a couple months ago, a huge win for the pro-life community. But we know that is not our final win, but we need to continue to press for legislation. We need to continue to press both locally here in Mississippi and in D.C. for those issues that many of us care about, which is protecting the life of the unborn.
Following the walk, Students for Life's Southern Regional Coordinator and one of the organizers for the event, Omarr Peters, shared his testimony.
So, I was here today as the guest speaker, speaking on my pro-life testimony, how I became pro-life, my involvement in the pro-life movement today, and why it's important to get involved. I was also the picture taker. I help with setup. I do any and everything I can possibly do to help as many people as possible.
This comes almost 3 days after the ruling came down from the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn Roe v. Wade. Since then, almost all of Mississippi's abortions are now illegal. I spoke with ProLife Mississippi President Laura Knight on the purpose of her organization in a post-Roe v. Wade world.
ProLife Mississippi is always focused on education, to bring awareness to the people on the truth about life and the sanctity of human life. So we will continue doing that. We're focusing more on local and regional efforts, community outreach. So we will go into the communities and we rent space at local community festivals, active in churches, having one-on-one conversations with the community. And we do that through our district chapters and our members. And we will also be focusing on policy on a state level, whether that be in the legislature, whether that be among the Department of Health or in medical institutions and hospitals, because that is where they will be looking at their ethical protocols based on the exceptions that are allowed for abortions in the state, because we have the exception of rape and exception in the life we have the exception for rape and for the preservation of the life of the mother. And so we want to be sure that the ethical protocols in those institutions and in the Department of Health are also in place. And the third place that we're really focusing on is abortion recovery support groups. So we as an organization are having groups at our office and also throughout the state that can be church-based, ministry-based, or pregnancy center-based. And those, because we have 50 years of legalized abortion where women are now suffering silently because they're living in a state where it's now illegal. So was it really a baby? Yes, it was. And so the men, women, and family members who have been affected by a past abortion decision need a safe place where they can have free and confidential help and support among people who care about them and find that restoration and healing after their abortion decision. So we're focusing on those three things. We're focusing on community outreach on a local level. We're focusing on policy statewide and on abortion recovery groups statewide.
Shots were fired at Northpark Mall Saturday afternoon. 16-year-old Zalil DeChile Patterson allegedly attempted to shoplift a popcorn store in the mall. After pulling a gun on the owner allegedly fired a gun on Patterson, leaving her injured. Patterson was arrested before being charged with aggravated assault with the weapon. Monday will be sunny with a 20% chance of rain and a high of 92 and a low of 68. Tuesday will be sunny with a high of 94 and a low of 72. Wednesday will be sunny with a high of 96 and a low of 72. The first day of fall, Thursday, will be sunny with a high of 96 and a low of 68. Friday will be sunny with a high of 88 and a low of 66. Saturday will be sunny with a high of 92 and a low of 70. Finally, Sunday will be sunny with a 30% chance of rain and a high of 90 and a low of 70. That's all we have for this week. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all on Sunday.